Hello, everybody, and welcome to Honey Badger Radio. My name is Brian. I'm here with Allison, and this is Maintaining Frame number 150. Been hitting even numbers this week with shows. You don't support Meghan Markle enough. We're going to be responding to. You guys remember Meghan Markle? She is back in the news, sort of. Well, okay.
Yay.
So we've moved. Well, no, I mean, we've moved this. The spotlight has moved away from her, but she is sort of pushing it on us now. So
on
she
us,
has,
or is she pushing herself on us and her
pushing herself on the world. Yes, on the world. Yeah. Pay attention to her.
I don't recall consenting to this.
No, you did not, but it doesn't matter. No. So Meghan Markle recently made an appearance on a podcast called Jamie Kern Lima. I don't know who that is. I think her podcast is called Worthy. It's a woman's podcast. No, just Worthy. I don't know what it means. Worthy.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what were the criteria of worthiness?
I don't know. That's all. She's got a blog, and it's just worthy, and it's about. I'll show you her website. It's the #1 self-improvement podcast. Welcome to Jamie Kern Lima's blog. What would you do if you truly believed in you? Today is the day everything can change. The shortcut to getting what you want. Give first. How to empower yourself for joy online. How to answer the call for your purpose. It's a lot of The Secret type stuff, I guess. Anyway,
women never get tired of this obsequious crap.
No, I guess not.
It's incredible. I'm already tired of it. I'm like, yeah, screw off.
It is, yeah. So she's got a podcast, this Jamie Kern Lima person, and she had Meghan Markle on her podcast. Because you guys know Meghan Markle attempted her own podcast. I can't remember what it was called. I think it was like Archetypes or something. And she was trying to do a podcast basically about herself and like having people on, kind of like Michelle Obama's podcast, Call Her Daddy's podcast, and so many others. Don Lemon has a podcast. And well, I have my theories about what is causing this. So I think that do you want to hear what I think, why this is happening? Yes. So there's this growing trend of female-led podcasts, which basically have the appearance of a cozy environment where women are on there and they're like in their sweatpants. They're in sweatpants and they're, without makeup, sipping tea or coffee or cocoa or whatever, and they're like, curled up on the couch, and they're trying really hard to be authentic, and they're sort of talking to each other and girl talk stuff.
Can I make a point?
Yeah,
I'm guaranteed that none of those women aren't wearing makeup.
No, I know, but they're putting on the appearance. It's the illusion. So yeah. The thing is, this is a growing trend. Okay, so they basically female-hosted podcasts create a cozy environment for fostering heartfelt, honest conversations in relaxed settings. And this is like the new trend. But the thing is, all it is they're chasing the trend that was already there. And I think it was started by men. And now let me make the case for that, okay?
Okay.
So men have been podcasting. Women have podcasted. I'm not saying they haven't. But men are the ones that started making it very sort of authentic. You had like people like Joe Rogan when he started out. You had people like it wasn't a podcast, but it was a similar kind of relaxed environment. Was it Dr. Drew? And he had like Adam Carolla as his co-host on the radio. Or there was a Dr. Strangelove, not the movie, but there was it was like a dating podcast or relationship show, and people would call in and talk to the guy. But it sort of really took off like around the time that Joe Rogan, Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold Steve Austin, they had podcasts, and they were just like talking about stuff online, and they were being like trying to, I think talk about like real stuff that people cared about, but it was mostly men that were doing it. And then we had that take off in a big way. And there was this separation between the way that young people were getting information, which was from watching podcasts, to the way that old people used to get their information, which was from the legacy media, right? And the legacy media would put on like the whole like show of like, here's how you should be paying attention to. It's like the tabloids. You go to the supermarket and you get the Inquirer or the Sun or whatever they call it where you're at. And it's just like people, it's gossip about stuff happening. And if you think about it, it was aimed at women, because before we had that mass media, women would do that in their own communities, because it was a good instinct for women to be on the lookout for people who were in the community that were, perhaps a threat to it in some way, or that they were going to be disruptive force. And so the women in the community would talk about that. And there was a danger of things becoming too gossipy, but it was like a necessary evil, right? And if you go to like Eastern European countries like Poland and Russia and Ukraine and Moldova and stuff, that still happens. Like you have the communities have like their watchdogs, which are the surveillance system, which is basically old ladies on their balconies. And they would network with each other and talk to each other about what was happening. So it makes sense that like in the modern world, like in the West here, you have that sort of coming out in tabloids and paparazzi. And they were like constantly talking about what the famous person did. They get pictures of people and then they like put like a headline like, oh, they're so exhausted or they're on drugs or whatever. And that would create conversations, but it wasn't authentic. It wasn't real. I remember we had Lisa Brighton on a while back, who's very active on Twitter. She's a big men's advocate, and she used to work in entertainment media. And so she had stories about going to Hollywood parties and how most of the time Hollywood actors that were trying to like become more relevant again would actually contact paparazzi and get them to like catch them on the beach or on a walk or coming out of the gym or whatever it is, and then make it a headline so that people would talk about them, so they would become relevant, so they might get a job. Like it's all very like incestuous and interlinked. So it was losing all of its authenticity. And then you had these male podcasters that just wanted to talk about like real stuff, right? And whoever, like Joe Rogan would have on guys from, philosophers to, historians and MMA fighters, like whatever it is that dudes were into. And generally men are into that kind of thing. They're into, nonfiction literature, for example. Yeah, nonfiction and these kind of other ideas. So Joe was very popular with men. And then I remember having a conversation with Paul Elam a while ago, and I was talking about some of that. And he said that, what people really want right now, this was like last year, I think, is authenticity. They just want people to just be real.
Then we should be really popular.
Yeah, well, we should, but I think that there are things like keeping us, back because maybe we're too real. But so here's what I think caused the recent sort of like growth of these podcasts that are trying to be authentic. I think it's because of the success of male podcasters, specifically after the last election. Because and this is important, it's an important detail, because what Trump did that Kamala Harris did not do was, instead of going to the media to raise awareness or to consciousness of people about what he was running on in his campaign, he went to podcasts. He was on Theo Vaughn. He was on Andrew Schultz. He was on Joe Rogan. He was on, I'm trying to remember the guy's name, but there was another guy whose name, it slips in my mind, but it's like right into my tongue. It doesn't matter. But he went on all these different podcasts, which were normally just guys that were like just into guy things, okay? They talk about relationships. They talk about marriage. Like Andrew Schultz had a divorce lawyer on recently. And a lot of these guys are comedians. Like that's what they did on the side, right? And that's what I think that was one of the things that won him the election, was that he tried to go and talk to real people that were doing real stuff. Okay. And the legacy media was shocked by that. And that's when they started saying, well, we need our own Joe Rogan, right? We need our own Joe Rogan. And they still don't get that it's not about getting like a guy that represents your team, because Joe Rogan wasn't really on anybody's side. It was about just having a real conversation with a real person. And he was doing, this was happening way before. Okay. And this is, I think, comes down to the way men communicate. And so when I didn't watch this whole thing because it's too much for me to bear, but just based on what little I've seen of this show, this is exactly like the Call Her Daddy thing. So Call Her Daddy, they did get Kamala Harris on. We kind of did a response video to it. It turned out, we learned later, that the studio was built for that show. That's how fake it was. It was a set that they set up for that show to make it look like they were like, on cozy couches, sipping cocoa and having like a girl on girl conversation, when that was not the case. So now these big celebrities, and I mean, like Meghan Markle's a big celebrity, regardless of like, whether or not you think she is deserving of that. She is one, like Michelle Obama, like, Bill Maher has done it. Don Lemon has done it, like so many people. And it's because they are trying to play catch up now. So men have been doing it as an organic thing that they were just naturally interested in, and they just did it. And it became popular because they love what they were doing. And these people are trying to play catch up now. So so you're going to see more of this. You're going to see more of these sort of like, illusory organic podcasts. I suspect that the conversations aren't even normal, but we will get into it. But I just wanted to say a little bit about what the era that we're entering, which is because the media as a news organism is like becoming less and less relevant over time. And the podcast is how people are getting their information now, or at least more and more of them. So that's where I think people like us should, be paying very close attention, because we have an opportunity now. And we could be real. I mean, we could be real. So
I think we're real.
No, I know, but I mean, that's what we try to be. But I'm saying, like, as opposed to, this podcast.
Yeah. Well, I really shouldn't criticize this because, glass houses, but the color grading of this is boring as hell. The makeup artist needs to be fired. Because they look like they just had they just nosedived into a bucket of KFC. Little bit too much, trying to look really young there with the serums, like the glossy makeup. That's apparently one way of making your skin look younger. You slather on like oily makeup, and so it gives you that oily teenage quality, I guess. But I
think that she's supposedly, like, she had been crying.
Oh, okay. Well, my apologies. Although, why are they both slit? Oh, they were both crying with each other. Is that
That's
it?
what women do, I think. Yeah. Didn't you see Midsummer? I think look, I haven't watched the whole thing, but there is a bit of that. There's a bit of like, getting the vapors, and then the other girl gets the vapors, and they're just sort of, this is really going to be cringe. I'm just letting you know.
All I can say is the more that I watch women, the more I wonder what the hell I am. Like, I'm some weird other thing, because I've never really felt the urge to do these kinds of things. Okay, let's here, right. If you want to pick this up, I'm going to do
go ahead and do the things before we get into this. So,
did I screw everything up for you? If you would like to send us a message at any time while the show is going, you can do so at feedthebadger.com/justthetip. That's feedthebadger.com/justthetip. Very best way to give us a tip, and the best way for you to send your comment, because it does not touch YouTube's comment minotaur maze that it has to sort of navigate itself through to get to us. So once again, that's feedthebadger.com/justthetip. I'd give you a shout out for the monthly fundraiser, but we got that done. And we also got Brian's fundraiser done. Big thanks to Pointy Helmet Badger for helping us out with that. And also Richard Beer. Sorry, I might have been a little bit low. That was because I had my thing over there. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so feedthebadger.com/justthetip. Go send us some super chows so that we can respond to them.
All right. So this podcast was about an hour and a half long. I'm not going to watch the whole thing. I'm just jumping because a lot of it is, most of it is just kind of vapid. But I will jump to a bit here where they talk about friendship and support, the power of listening. That's it, the power of listening. And remember, I think, honestly, this is a last-ditch effort for Meghan Markle to gain relevancy. You know what's really funny about this? This channel that she's on only has 80,000 subscribers.
Oh,
More like
only, geez.
Well, 80,000 for the Duchess of Sussex or whatever. Suffolk, I don't even know.
Sussex, the Duchess of Sussex.
Sussex,
that was awesome.
The Duchess, the princess.
We should petition to have her change the Duchess of Suffolk. Everybody hopes that she does become the Suffolk.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, yes, because our kids got their report cards. So I was thinking about memory lane with that. I'll get back to your question in a second, but you'll like this, where you're going through, and that's when grades weren't A, B, C, D at that age.
Yeah.
It's right, like satisfactory, unsatisfactory, or I don't know what the best one would be, but it came to ability to throw and catch a ball, not applicable. Oh my gosh. It's like, well, I'm a great runner if someone's chasing me. Otherwise, just not the most athletic. So there are certain things that we have built in as strengths, and then there are certain things that are opportunities for growth. And I love when things look beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And even when you don't have a lot, you're able to make things look beautiful. And I think about
the depth that you see. It's so deep.
When you don't have a lot, you're able to make things look beautiful. A lot of what? What don't you have a lot of aside from common sense and decency?
Don't you see how hard her life is, Allison? She's only the princess. Okay.
I'm suffering. I have a hair in my face. I can totally relate to her.
You can relate to that. Okay. Let me see. 4303. I think I need to.
Oh, by the way, Brian, I have I'm doing a drawing if you want to share that. I don't know. If you don't, if it's too much trouble, don't worry about it.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. There's I'm juggling a few things right now.
Yeah.
Small apartments that I've had, or, small, tiny kitchens that I had, or even when I had my first apartment and I went to Northwestern in Evanston. And
what?
Is she trying to be relatable?
I think so. Yes. Yes, the creature is trying to be relatable. I am just like you. I once had a small bedroom and a small kitchen. I mean, she's trying to make herself sound like she's not different from any other girl. And I think this is what I mean when I say there's an attempt to appear authentic, and you just know, like, we're talking to, does she count as royalty? Like literal royalty?
Yes, she does.
Yeah, she does, right? So this is kind of wild, right? But this is how sad things are for her. I wonder where Harry is. Aren't they getting a divorce or something? I don't know.
No, I've heard that rumor. I think Harry's being charged somewhere. She's just got him stuck in a Tesla charging station or something.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
She replaced him with an automaton. Okay.
The sorority that I lived in for a couple years.
What?
Then I had my own
lady. I'm totally feeling the connection between you and me. You lived in a sorority?
I was just in college like anybody else, like any other girl.
Like any other girl.
I was young and stupid. Anyway.
Apartment. And that's when I would sit there and watch Food Network all the time and learn how to make certain things and make really like how to make a pasta more special, and you would see plating. You would see someone drizzle the olive oil on top. And somehow it elevated it beyond what I thought were,
Oh God,
which
I'm
still are, by the way.
autistic and
Okay,
this
but
is painful.
I know it is. It is. It's just, you know, it is. It's just like a woman talks and the other woman just nods and smiles like she totally gets it. And then it just, that's it. That's the whole show. Like there's no debate, there's no tension, there's no like I'm gonna push back on that. Like there's none of that. Like that's the stuff I'm not like a guy who enjoys debate, because I think that a lot of people online that debate these days, they just do it to grow a brand and sell merchandise and like I don't know, score points. I don't like that aspect, but I do see it a lot. But this is like I don't know. Like they're safe, and then there's safe, and then there's this, right? It's just, but anyway.
like great dinners at Olive Garden, right? Like loved a never-ending pasta bowl.
Oh geez, do the
But
plebs
no one
love
was
Olive
drizzling
Garden,
and
don't
finishing
they?
a plate.
Yeah,
no one was
right.
It's
making
like,
it present as
the plebs love plating and listening to cooking shows.
Yeah.
How did Amber Heard call it? Oh, she had a particular way of referring to people, the little people. It was so arrogant. I cannot remember. You guys have got to help
yeah,
me
that's
out
the thing
with
that's funny about this is that, you know, she can't help
that.
but say
Randos.
something.
The
What?
randos.
Oh,
Megan Markle's
randos.
like, the randos, don't they like the Olive Garden?
The
Don't they like, what is it? The Olive Garden, the
normies.
breadsticks? The carbs?
Yeah.
The thing that I haven't eaten in 20 years? Like,
Yeah. All right.
oh man.
beautifully as it was going to taste. And I loved watching people get excited about that when they'd see it.
Oh, good Lord, Megan.
And I guess it translates into a lot of different things, but it's
Are you
attention to
fucking
detail.
kidding me?
And
This is so bland.
All right, we're getting into something a little bit better. It's a couple of
what is attention to detail for me?
Yeah, I like bread. Do you like bread? Oh, bread is wonderful. I like white bread. White bread with a bit of butter. Oh, it's marvelous. Yes. Plating. Yes. We'll plate that bread, make it look really attractive.
I wonder if she's selling a book or something. That's what. Oh shit! They hold hands at the end. Okay.
Mimi.
You know who kind of started this too, or like sort of like opened the door for the female version of this was Drew Barrymore's show, where
Really?
she was. Yeah. Do you know Drew Barrymore had she has like a daytime show or something, and she's not like The View where they just rant about politics all day because they're just angry old ladies, but she's like a girl who never grew up. It's kind of sad, but it's all about being it's like this cozy thing that they're doing. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't get it. Women these days, they just want to be cozy and they want to be lied to and they want to feel safe. And so this is for them. That's what I think. But anyway.
They want to suck, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not in a way that they could actually be judged for.
It's kind of rooted in what people's experience of it is going to be. So it makes them happy to receive it. It makes me happier to give it to them. It does. Like, I knew when I dropped off that strawberry, it wasn't even preserves. It didn't have time to set. I just made a quick one because we had a lot of strawberries at the time. And I heard what you were saying and how many people were there. And I just knew that even if we never talked about it, that it would brighten your day in what was probably a really overwhelming day. That made me.
Oh my God. What?
Also, when you create jams or jellies, they usually take a while to set. So they chill and set, right? You pour them in and I guess.
I don't know. People in my neighborhood, they make like at the hardware store, you can get like farm made jellies and jams. They're great, but those are just normal people. Those are plebs. So probably not as good. Okay, so
feel excited at the possibility of being able to have some offering that would make you feel good. And I guess over the years, like, again, back to wanting to feel seen and wanting people to feel seen.
Oh God, I hate that.
It shows that you're
word.
really
I
listening to what
hate
their needs are.
I want to feel
shows-
seen.
Wait, I thought that she wanted her privacy though. Isn't that what? If women wanted this content, it would have more views. I don't know how many views it has. 200,000 views, but you have to wonder how many of those people are hate watchers. If this got ratio.
Imagine having my contribution to the world being, I want to feel seen.
Yeah. Like we can't not be made to see you. You're literally a princess. Like that's insane.
Is she a princess?
Like,
I think she's like a duchess.
She's a, well, what isn't that the same thing? She's royalty.
No,
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
I guess we could just turn off the podcast and we wouldn't have to see her. Can somebody has requested, I think, did you see that?
What do you, I mean, in the chat?
Yeah. Gabriel Phelan Lucas. Phelan.
Oh, he says, show us the doodles, Allison. Mia fan club demands it.
Yeah, Mia's like really.
Oh, it's a membership comment. That's why I didn't see it in my stream.
Yeah, Mia's sitting in her. The people on the Discord wanted me to get this gigantic. It's like this guy, right? This guy. The name is escaping me.
What?
The legs.
Oh, I don't know what that's called, but I know what that is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I've seen it in memes.
It's just on the tip of my tongue. It's a meme creature. Meme creature. I sound like a freaking boomer. It's one of those newfangled little doodles that the young people make, and the
yeah. What do they call them? Maymays.
What do they call them? Yeah, maymays. But yeah, I got a huge one. It's like 6 foot tall, and I got from the people in the Discord that got it. And she's cuddled up in it. It's actually sort of cute. She's cuddled up in the ankle of it. It's sort of cute. I should show you guys sometime. But I'm sorry that she's quiescent. Thus, the stream is not suffering any technical difficulties. But anyway, I'm not sure if Brian can show you the doodle because
is it on another screen?
Yeah, I'm sharing it. The screen.
Oh. Okay, hold on. I can replace the current thing with that thing.
Yeah, I warned you guys that I'm not completely comfortable with this yet. So.
All right, hold on a second. Just gotta switch this. It may not be the
best work. I'm still working on getting comfortable with this screen, and I might have to actually change what the Logitech is looking.
All right, there it goes. Yeah, so it's a drawing of a face. What are you doing?
I'm trying to reach the Logitech, but I am too short. I just need like 3 more inches. Okay. I'll be right back. Keep going.
All right. Well, yeah. So anyway, that's what she's working on. All right, give me a second. I'm gonna switch it back to the video. So make sure that my stream is still running okay. All right.
There. So I shouldn't be too much off the screen if I. No.
All right. Okay, so I shared with them what you were doing, but I just switched it back. So.
Yeah.
All right.
Was that you can show up for them no matter what you have going on. And a lot of that's probably doing the things for other people that I had missed for so long when you don't feel seen or when you feel lonely and you just want someone to like reach out in a meaningful and thoughtful way, not with a huge gesture, but something of like, no, I really I see you. I'm thinking about you over there. Tiny, tiny things that.
So somebody has to do something for you before you can do something for other people. Okay.
Yeah.
The eternal
Change
solipsism.
someone's life.
I feel this so much. I feel this so deeply.
Yeah, I feel
So,
this in my
yeah,
entire
it
brain
brings me a lot of
region
joy to
devoted to being bored out of my skull.
All right. So we're getting to the point where she talks about empowering female founders, which I'm trying to get to.
Of
that.
what?
That to me is not work. That's complete joy.
Why do women never
You
do?
sharing.
What?
Well, you know, there's
What?
things that women just don't do. They don't seem to do things in general, to help men. And they don't seem to police each other. These are things that men do for women, though, or at least generically, maybe. It's always about some form of self-aggrandization. And I think it's because when I say that, I mean, it seems like being a woman is the majority of what these women are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you had like a circle to indicate a sense of self, most of their self is derived from being a woman, not being an individual, not their moral accomplishments, not their actual skill set. It's just like I'm a woman. So when they help other women, it's just another sort of selfish gesture, self-interest. And I'm just like, it just seems like it's so common.
So this show, this Jamie Kern Lima thing, it actually is pretty powerful in terms of its backing. So first of all, here's her talking to Oprah. So that's insane. That's how you know like the podcasting thing is like the thing now. When you have to have Oprah like on your show and Oprah's not having you on hers. That's how you know. Okay. And then here we go. She's been featured on Good Morning America today, CBS This Morning. So all of the legacy media stuff, CNN and Cosmo, Glamour, Allure, Mary Claire, New York, Ellen, CNBC, People, QVC, Shape. So Bloomberg, Vanity Fair. So she's absolutely establishment, but she's creating the illusion of like, you know, completely organic. And I mean, like, say what you want about Joe Rogan, but that's organic. Like that, he just built that on his own. The only thing he had was he was on Fear Factor. He did some stand up. You know, so this is like the astroturfed to hell. And here's her book, Worthy. Remember, you said worthy of what? How to believe you are enough and transform your life. What has self-doubt? What?
How do you transform your life by believing that you're enough?
What does it mean to believe that you're enough?
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
we're
yes.
getting to the crux of something here, aren't we?
Yeah,
Like,
I think we are.
Yeah. Like women don't have to do anything. They are enough. This is where you get the, what do you bring to the table? My presence. I am the table. Worthy. It's time to build unshakable self-worth together. Simple steps, life-changing results. Imagine what you do if you fully believed in you. When you stop doubting your greatness, build unshakable self-worth, and embrace who you are, you transform your entire life. Worthy teaches you how with simple steps that lead to life-changing results. Order Worthy now. How much does it cost? I want to know. This is such a scam. It's such a scam. Oh my God. Amazon, let's see. On Amazon, Worthy is, it's on sale, 44% off. Normally, it would be $27 for a book that is all about how you can be
Such
completely
value, huh?
self-absorbed, but you can get it on sale right now for $15. So, yeah. Anyway, so that's
Okay.
kind of like just a little bit about the host of the show. Like, what is the show about? So. All right. Ready?
Yeah, if you want, you can show me doodling, or
I
just
can't
that.
do both at the same time. I can't
Okay.
do both at the same time.
All
I mean,
right.
I could unless I change your camera to just your doodling, but then it's just going to be you're not going to be on camera anymore.
Yeah. What do you guys think? You guys make the decision. All right, let's do it.
reminds me of a moment. I remember, yeah, we have a lot of fun in the rocking chairs. Yeah, we have all the things. Yeah. And also, I'm thinking about one moment where I was having the worst day and I was so sad.
Hmm.
And I remember you canceled a date night, came over, sat in the rocking chairs, and I was like,
Sorry, H. Had to be that
sorry,
night.
H. I was like, I was like crying. I had no makeup, so I had my bright red rosacea, and I was like,
Oh.
and
I could just tell you just. I was like, I don't think so. We have a date night. You're like, okay. I was like,
what you just
What the
shared
fuck is this dribble?
This is what women are watching. I think it's important to know.
Well, not
okay,
a lot of
maybe
women, but
maybe not a lot. Maybe not this one. But a lot of this affirmation stuff is very popular with women. Let me see if maybe it's just because this is Meghan Markle. Yeah, so like this video got 200,000 views. Her other videos get, depending on the guest, like Oprah is like about the same amount, like 200,000 views. And then there's Call Her Daddy, which is probably a bit more up the probably up her alley. So let me see. If I go to, just out of curiosity, if I go to Call Her Daddy, this channel has 1.25 million subscribers. And her videos feature, pretty big stars. Like apparently Megan Fox was on there, and Khloe Kardashian and Wiz Khalifa and stuff. And that one has like typically 500,000, 750,000 views.
this is
Probably women watching this stuff.
this is
So
really low energy.
low energy.
Yeah. How about this? Can you switch it to the drawing while we're paused? I mean, not now because we're gonna unpause, but or is that too complicated?
I could do it. I would have to.
I hear.
Well, I think I'd have to create a new scene and add it to.
Okay,
have
no,
to-
if it's too difficult, no, don't worry about it.
Yeah, it would be involved.
Okay.
I mean, if you wanted to just do an art stream, then we could just do an art stream.
Okay. Don't worry about it.
All right.
Don't stress out over it.
Okay.
the most powerful advice. It's like when you have felt unseen, or you have felt like maybe you had needs in friendships or this or that. It's like be the friend that you want in your life, and you do that. Your close friends and family, so many of them call you M and Harry H.
Yes.
How did that start? And tell me about that.
Probably at the beginning of us dating.
Let me jump ahead to the empowering female founders thing. I think that's like right here.
Can we jump ahead to something that's not making me fall asleep?
The whole thing is like this, though. I don't know.
Oh, good Lord.
So
I love nicknames.
You are such a big proponent of women, of female founders.
Yes.
For my birthday, you shared this incredible handbag by this amazing company. You recently wore a Valencia key bracelet, and
Yes.
holy moly, her business, she shared her business exploded. She had an 11,000% increase in sales, like for weeks straight. Everything sold out.
I'm so
And
glad.
Because
so,
of her?
well, yeah, I guess Valencia key bracelet.
No, but because of Megan?
Well, I guess so. I mean, there are still people. Yeah, Valencia key jewelry, home and lifestyle. And yeah, it's a brand. So I can show you all. Here's the website, Valencia Key Luxury with a heart. But it is like high-end expensive jewelry. And here is Megan wearing the bracelet. So this was used to sell the product, basically. Shop Valencia Key, gold tone, silver tone. How much does this stuff cost? And isn't it the $125 for this? So this is the thing about what I think is funny about this is that they're calling this you're supporting women, but they're like also already rich women that she is like, so like what is this? Like this person already sells, I mean, $125 for a bracelet, maybe that's not that much money, but it sounds like a lot to me. Like I don't have that kind of money for fucking jewelry.
Well,
But
considering it's made in China, most
they're
likely.
yeah. I don't know. Now I'm curious. 8K plated surgical through 316L stainless steel. So it's gold plated. It's not actually gold. 8K plated, 8 carats. Is that right? 8K carats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gold plated, not gold.
So essentially, Meghan is acting as a kind of influencer to help her pretty well-off friends become more well-off. And this girl is calling that supporting the sisterhood. Right?
Yeah,
So,
I hear that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have, yeah.
Yeah, it says gold tone is what it says. So it doesn't say if it's plated or painted. But yeah, so that's okay. So I want to see if there's any more to this.
There's this thing known as the Meghan Effect.
Yeah.
What
Are you
how does that
fucking
make you
kidding
feel?
me? The Megan effect?
Yeah.
Is that when you feel slight nausea?
Yeah. That's what you're experiencing. I think that's the sanity effect. Like if you're not taken in by this. Let me see here. How much more is it? 848. Yeah, so the Meghan effect. What is that? Let's see.
Makes me feel really great when specifically it can help uplift brands that have a great ethos and female founders. And
Yeah.
So
there was
rich
a
women
long
getting
time
richer. Okay,
where
and I'm supposed to be like, oh yay.
Yeah, you're supposed to be totally like, yes, queen. I mean, what is the purpose of the sisterhood if it isn't to allow poor women feel like they're like they don't have to look at their actual material circumstances to celebrate womanhood by taking sort of like credit for the I wouldn't even say achievement, but like the good fortune of really affluent women. Like, oh, that powerful, rich, famous woman is making it, and because I am also a woman, I get to feel good about that. Yay, me. Go us.
Mm.
But it doesn't really benefit you. Like you're just kind of I don't know.
It
It's just
benefits me in my girl cell, which is, according to Eve Ensler, that's the thing that I share with all the other women.
yeah.
I it's the resonance in the girl cell. That's where I feel it, and it feels all tingly or something. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
actually benefit any material but a material way.
They're
And
trying to make Meredith G says they're trying to make fetch happen.
what's fetch?
You don't know?
No.
It's fetch. Yeah, well, I don't know what to tell you. But
Is it a word?
Yeah, fetch. You ever
They're
seen
trying
Mean
to-
Girls?
Oh,
You never seen Mean Girls?
No,
You have?
I haven't. I haven't.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Allison, you got to watch Mean Girls. It's great.
I'm sure I do. It's on
Yeah,
my
dude.
list.
It's awesome. All right, yeah.
So, fetch. What is fetch? Oh, it's like slang from England.
All right. So let's listen to more.
I wasn't out talking. So if you
Yeah.
couldn't hear me, how could I be heard through what I was wearing if that's what people were focusing on? Or the choices I was making that you didn't have to say a word.
She's
but it would
whining,
move.
isn't she?
Yeah, nobody's listening to me, so I have to use my accoutrement to get people to like see. And if I can help someone with a small, honest business that has a good ethos and supports women, then I have done my part. I've thrown myself in the line of fire. And you know when she does this, I don't know if you see this. I just noticed this little thing. She actually brings up her arm to show off some more arm jewelry she's got. So maybe that was on purpose. Because I'm convinced that when women, what they wear and what they like how they accessorize. It's all intentional. Whatever you see on the camera's on purpose. Women who are like doing yoga in the gym and they have the camera pointed right at their ass so that you can see the pussy fat. They're doing that on purpose. It's not an accident.
The pussy fat. Fat. How does she say? Fat.
The pussy fat.
The pussy fat.
That's not an accident. So you have to be willing to, just understand that they're not, and it's not it's flattering to say that because they're not stupid. You're like, okay, you're doing this on purpose, right? So
A long time where I wasn't out talking. So if you
Yeah.
couldn't hear me, how
see, she's like checking her ear and there's like her jewelry on her arm. Do you see this, ladies? So she's going to try and sell something.
could I be heard through what I was wearing if that's what people were focusing on? Or the choices I was making that you didn't have to say a word, but it would move product for small companies or allow, even when we were living in the UK, a small company in Scotland able to, hire 50 more employees or
Yeah.
small businesses who would take
Yeah.
Wow, she's saying that she is changing businesses by buying their products and allowing people to photograph her while wearing said products. Do you see that?
Yeah, I see it.
That's insane.
women out of positions of being trafficked and instead give them jobs. And by wearing those jeans, I knew it was going to allow them to save more women. So all
What?
of those things end up becoming
Do you want to hear that again?
How does the jeans save the women? Do they like donate?
Wait,
to-
go back. Listen.
and able to, hire 50 more employees or
Yeah.
small businesses who would take women out of positions of being trafficked and instead give them jobs. And by wearing
What,
those
making
I
jeans?
knew it was going to allow them to save more women. So all of those things end up
God.
becoming a touch point that's really, really high value to me. And then being able to hear the stories of how it has helped them or their businesses. And even just, it could have been the day that they were going to give up. Could have been the day that they're just going, why am I doing this? It's not worth it. And if I can come in with a little sprinkle of fairy dust.
Seriously, are
one
you
face-
fucking kidding me? Now I can understand somebody making a like a business like mine, waking up one day and be like, why? Lord, why? Is it worth it?
When I
But
wear your
somebody who makes
jeans, I'm
bracelets?
saving you from being trafficked.
Somebody who makes bracelets, like, good Lord, or a famous fashionista. They really wake up one day and they're like, oh my God, I hate my job.
Yeah. They go to the bridge and they're looking over the ocean like they're gonna end it.
God, I
And then
hate my
somebody says,
job.
wait, Megan Markle bought your socks. And then they calls them back. It's I'm gonna take a picture of it. Yeah. So
I hate my job. Fuchsia, get me some cucumber mint water.
but like what? Okay, so what is this then? Okay, so this woman buys products, like all women buy products, and then tries to claim that her spending habits are saving people. Like she's rescuing other women.
Consumerism.
Yes. So you are asking how does buying jeans stop human trafficking? Because the companies instead will hire them instead of, I guess, trafficking them. I didn't know that Levi or Gap was known for trafficking women if they couldn't give them jobs as like salespeople. I don't know.
I think that is genuinely what she's saying, is that, you know, I give these women jobs as sweatshop laborers.
Yes.
Good
Mr.
Lord.
0303 in the Rumble chat said, "Me buying video games is saving men. Am I a hero? Yes."
Yes, Mr. 0303, you're the greatest hero.
You have saved them from, I don't know, trafficking, I guess.
Yeah, could you imagine all of the computer science nerds who could have potentially been
I'm going to use that to
sex
justify
trafficked in
all kinds
Dubai?
of spending. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what will happen if I don't buy the new video game? well, how many lives I'm saving by making this purchase. But
Yeah.
yeah, anyway, this is where we are right now. This is what she's doing. And I wonder too, I know that this isn't like the deepest
So,
conversation.
but wait. Did she actually make a connection? So does this like do they donate to sex or is it just they could get a job in a sweatshop instead?
I don't know if they elaborate on that. Let's go back a little bit just so that we don't miss the context, and I'll play this whole thing and see what she says.
It could have been the day that they were going to give up. Could have been the day that they're just going, why am I doing this? It's not worth it. And if I can come in with a little sprinkle of fairy dust just by wearing a bracelet or doing something, and that changes
Are
the
you
course
fucking
of their
kidding me? Why
business.
would Balenciaga? Is that what it is?
No, it's Valencia Key.
Valencia. Why would Valencia be? Wait, why would she be almost ready to quit? And then, oh my God, Meghan Markle finally gave me the attention I deserved for my world-renowned bracelets and accessories. I can go on. Like this is.
And the thing is too is if you're a celebrity, they usually the clothes that celebrities wear. Well, I mean, at least when they go to like red carpet events or whatever, it's not their clothes. They're like they're basically given that as a sponsor because it promotes the brand. But it's like an expensive brand. Like it's not for normal people. Even if it looks like it's for normal people, it's not, right? Like even if it looks like tattered jeans, they're like $200 jeans. Designer brands or whatever. I don't know if Valencia is, but I mean Balenciaga is, but that's a different brand. But I don't know about Valencia. So yeah, she likely didn't even pay for that bracelet. She just wore it, and then it promoted the brand. Like this is where this is the truth is that the day of the celebrity is over, but the day of the influencer is just starting. And influencers,
Just begun.
yeah, it's just begun. And the thing is that influencers, like, there's a reason why they're called that. Like, they basically exist to alter culture. Like, they're there to move the needle in some way. And celebrities right now are scrambling to catch up to become like influencers. So Meghan Markle's trying to plant her flag, but there are other people that are also influencers. Manifestel is an influencer as well, like it or hate it, right? The competition is different. There's a reason why Oprah is guesting on this show and not the other way around. So anyway, so yeah, it's worth noting that we are entering an era of, it's going to be an era of very stiff competition with influencers, especially as the legacy media dies. And hopefully it will remain a meritocracy, but I doubt that. I think that there's going to be a lot of artificial, let's say, astroturfing going on there. That was going on like for a while. I remember the really famous debate feminist that was going on the whatever podcast and stuff and debating people. And then she turned out that she was getting paid by 3-letter organizations, like hundreds of thousands of dollars. So, we're going to see that. There's going to be definitely people with deep pockets that want to exercise and use this tool of influencing. All right. I got a super chow. Thank you, Meredith G. A big one, too. She gives us $5 and says, maintaining frame number 150, Meghan Markle is desperately trying to leverage her husband's titles to get rich. Her first podcast was supposed to discuss the archetypes that hold back women, but was really a podcast all about Meghan. Her second podcast, Confessions of a Female Founder, is supposed to talk about women who found businesses because she founded a business too. But the conversations are the most vapid conversations about Meghan, or a Meghan, who has failed at every endeavor she ever made. Jamie Kern Lima was the first female executive at L'Oreal, so that's the woman who's hosting the show, after she sold her cosmetics company to them. I think Jamie is trying to keep her relevance. Her makeup to hide rosacea, is that it? Or hyperpigmentation is sold by a company that she is just an employee of, and she hasn't really created anything new. So yeah, we're looking at people trying to sell themselves, either as a brand or They're trying to make money. That's what I suspected. I mean, I didn't know who Jamie Kern Lima is, but when I saw all of the people that she has worked with or been featured on, all of the various organizations, and most of them are fashion magazines and Oprah and morning television, which is watched by women, Vanity Fair, all that, it makes sense. So, yeah, I mean, that's where we are now. That's where the era that we're entering. Okay, I think there's a little bit more left in this.
That's a huge honor to be able to
Squeeze that
have
lemon.
that kind of impact for someone.
Yeah.
Someone that most of the time I won't even know.
Yeah. I never ever realized that during seasons where maybe you felt like you couldn't use your voice, that was a way to use your voice.
Mhm.
Oh my God.
If they hadn't included sex trafficking, where I still don't know how the connection is between buying jeans and sex trafficking, preventing sex trafficking, this would just be basically, yes, I help my rich female contacts get richer. Like, oh, wow. Really doing a great
Well,
service.
we don't even really know. Yeah, the trafficking thing does not get revisited. It's just they
just
nod,
throw
they
it out.
acknowledge it as reality. They acknowledge it as reality, and they're just like, yes, you are saving lives when you buy jeans, but only you, not me. Like if I go to the store to Old Navy and get a new pair of jeans, I haven't saved anybody because nobody sees me when I wear them because I'm nobody. But when she wears them, she's Meghan Markle, so she saves lives. You see. All right. I think there's one other section. It's called the Prove It game.
Okay, we can't really blame Meghan Markle on women though, because there's a lot of women who don't like her.
Yeah.
She's famously unliked.
No, for sure. Still
She's just too much or something. I don't know. What is it about Meghan Markle that women are finally like, yeah, I'm fed up with you. They'll tolerate other forms of feminine solipsism, but Meghan Markle's just too much. I'm curious because I want to know.
Officially the worst woman then? Because like, I don't know. Like there's I mean, what is Meghan Markle really? Is she really worse than say, a queer Kiwi or a Manifestel or a
well, she's more known and
she is more known.
She gets involved in this shit. And like she puts herself out there. I think she's maybe more of a hypocrite, But yeah, like what is it about Meghan? Like, why is it okay to hate on Meghan Markle?
I think it's because she makes it easy and she exposes too much. So I think that they dislike her because she's too, like, she's not, I don't want to say she's dumb, but she's not hiding her narcissism at all. And so if you support that, then you are exposing other people who want to hide their narcissism more. So they have to at least pretend like they don't like her. Like, oh, she's full of herself. I don't like her. But I'm also full of myself, but I don't want you all to know that, kind of a thing.
Okay.
She also has a history of treating people like shit. So
yeah, I think that's more it.
Like Ellen DeGeneres, right? Or what was her name? The singer, overweight black woman.
Lizzo?
Lizzo, yeah. She's still relevant, or is that over? All right. Anyway, I think this is the 104 getting out of the Prove It game.
Right.
And what about now? Like in your life now, do you ever feel unworthy?
Sometimes not unworthy. Sometimes I feel very self-conscious. I don't know. I think I'm at a very different chapter. We've talked about this when you're out of the Prove It game.
Yes.
The
Will you
Prove It
share
game.
more?
I don't know. What were we texting about one night? You texted me something and I said, no, there comes a point where I don't even have that text. And you said, you have to email that text to yourself. You have to remember that. That should go in a book one day.
Yes.
But this idea that we spend so much of our life trying to prove something, to prove that you're enough. You have to prove that you're pretty enough. You have to prove that you're smart enough. You prove that you're a good wife or a good friend. And I was like, I am just so done with
What
the
does
Prove
that
It game.
mean? Prove.
I don't know. I'm not a woman. I don't know.
Apparently, I'm not either, because I'm like, does that mean that you actually have to be a good wife and a good friend? I mean, there's nothing going to change the fact that you're going to get ugly, Markle.
What's funny is that she's saying it to this other woman who's obviously the girl that girls like Markle bring to the bar to make herself look more attractive, you know? Like, you know what I mean? Like the mid girl brings the fat girl with her to the bar because the fat girl makes the mid girl look more attractive. So she's selling the other girl like, oh, I hate that it's like I'm not enough. I feel like I'm not enough. And the fat girl's just like, like I want to kick you in the face. I don't know. Do they even like each other? I don't know. I'm not a body language guy, but let's go back.
I mean, if I was watching the body language, I could probably tell you.
Yeah.
But I've been sort of busy.
I know. Drawing. All right.
Put a book one day.
Yes.
But this idea that we spend so much of our life trying to prove something, to prove that you're enough. You have to prove that you're pretty enough. You have to prove that you're smart enough. You prove that you're a good wife or a good friend. Or
How do you prove you're smart enough?
Done with the
you just are. Or
game.
you aren't. Like, how do you prove what you're pretty enough? By buying your friends crap? Like, how do you prove that you're smart enough?
She's not friends with that woman that she bought her stuff, though. I think that she just bought her stuff. It happened to boost her sales, and then Meghan takes credit for it. Well, I did that. Your sales went up 11,000%. You're welcome. I mean, she didn't say that, but I mean, I don't think that they're like hanging out, you know? So I don't know, but she's had enough of the prove it game. She's done proving it. The Duchess has spoken.
I just don't understand the nature of this line of inquiry. You have to prove that you're a good enough wife. You have to prove you're a good enough friend. You mean you have to actually be those things? Like, what does this prove? Where does the proof come in? You're either smart or you're not. You're either doing something intelligent in a particular area of inquiry or expertise, or you're not. Like, what do they mean by prove? Because I feel like I'm having a disconnect here. You're not being graded, Markle. You're not being graded on your looks, presumably. You're not being graded. I doubt Harry would dare grade you as a wife, right?
Yeah.
What of your friends are you being graded? I think they just, if you have friends, I'm pretty sure your friends just want you to be a friend. We used to understand what that meant, but whatever. So what does this prove? Do you mean that you have to actually live up to a standard of behavior in order to be considered someone's friend? Like, to continue to be considered someone's friend? Is that what you mean by prove? Oh, good Lord.
All right.
When you get to the place where you feel I don't have to prove anything to you anymore. I don't have to prove that I'm a good person. I don't have to prove to you that I'm a good wife or mom or friend.
Yes, you do.
I don't have to prove that I work hard.
What do you mean by you don't have to prove that you're a good person? Like, what the frick are you doing?
I think you could say this is something unique to Meghan Markle, but I don't think it is. I think that this mindset, I don't think it's unique to Meghan Markle. I think this is a mindset that a lot of women have. She's just the most dislikable person that expresses it. But I don't think it's unique to her, in my opinion.
It can be really freeing when you stop playing the prove it game. You're proving nothing to anyone.
I'm now
other than
getting
to
a little
yourself.
worried.
And
she says she doesn't want to have to prove she's a good person.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What does that mean? What does that mean? Because it's a little bit concerning.
This shit looks like the fat Buddha, though. That face. You know, the Buddha that you rub for good luck. That's the rubby's belly. The fat Buddha. It's got a certain name, I forget. But she's got the face of the fat Buddha. Anyway, Allison, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's just like okay, so I don't have.
Is that a real smile? Is that a real smile? That's what I'm wondering. Is that real? That looks like. All right.
I don't have to be proof that I'm a good person.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But okay. This, like I said, I know that maybe I'm just being really autistic, but this framing concerns me.
Okay, why?
Well, because like as a person, you generally obey traffic laws, you return library books, you help people if they have need or you're capable of doing it. I mean, you do basic nice things, not to prove that you're necessarily a good person, but just to be a good person. So what is she meaning by prove that she's a good? Oh, all of the people calling her an asshole.
Yeah.
She's decided she no longer has to be accountable to anyone. That's what she means. Okay. All right.
Okay.
And that takes a lot of time and that takes a lot of pain, and at least for in my own experience. But to just really go, and not with an energy of like, I'm over it, I don't care. No, I care, but I don't have to prove it to you. And if you can't see it, I don't need to prove to you why that's your loss. Like, because I know that I'm a great friend, and I know the kind of mom I am, and I know the kind of human being I am, and I know how I show up. And I love being able to be that person with the people that I love. So, worthiness, maybe part of worthiness comes when you stop having to feel like you're in the prove it game.
Oh God, she's acting like that's so profound.
Hallelujah. I am getting emotional right now because the number
Where
of
in
girls and
any
women
of
who are going
that
to watch
is an external standard related to how you affect other people? Like I could just
No.
see Megan Markle going on some goddamn drunken escapade with, I don't know, one of those gigantic, what were those things that all this, in my experience, suburban mothers really loved? They were gigantic. They weren't trucks. They were even bigger than that. They were huge. They were like almost military vehicles. And every time I'd see one in the parking lot, it would be a woman getting out of it. The hell were they called? But they went away because of all the cost of gas. Anyway, if you know what I'm talking about, tell me in the chat. But just she's in one of those things. She's just on a drunken rampage, running over baby strollers left and right, and dogs and cats and parakeets. And then she swerves to an end, and the cops pull her over. And they're like, "What the hell do you think you were doing?" And she's like, "I prove nothing to you.
Yep.
I
I'm
believe
tired
in
of playing the
myself.
prove it game.
I'm tired of playing the prove it game." Like, what? Okay. Like,
Humvees, the Hummers. Is that what you mean?
Humvees. Yes, the Hummers.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Thank you for being my lexicon when I can't be. All right.
Yeah. All right. We're getting into the last section, women supporting women. So that should be fun.
this who are going to just take those words that when you text that to me one day, we're talking about something and you wrote all that about not being in the prove it game anymore. And I'm just like, this is so profound, and it's so simple, but so profound and so true. And I feel like when every one of us like actually just sees it from that perspective, like, I know I'm a good person. I know I'm a great friend. I know, all the things.
And
like,
you did your best.
I did my best. I'm doing my best as a mom.
Yeah.
Getting out of the prove it game.
Yeah, but being a mom has an objective standard: the mental health of your children.
How do you know that you're doing your best? Like,
Yeah, how do you know?
Tell yourself that, and that just is enough.
Yeah, exactly. That's not sufficient.
Room temperature IQ take.
Yeah, it's just like I just can imagine the worst dog owners are like that. I'm doing enough.
Yeah, right. No, absolutely. That there's all kinds of justifications. I was doing the best I could with what I had. And you can't judge me. That's basically just don't judge me.
Like,
yeah,
feels like joy, tastes like freedom.
all of the above.
All of the above.
Yeah.
That's so beautiful and so powerful. And I'm thinking about every person listening or watching right now who's going to rewind that part of the show and watch it over and over and over and let it take root, because it's a tool that you can lean on. because how much time I think about my own life, how much time I've wasted in the prove it game. Like, I want to make everyone happy, or I want to make sure that they know all the things. And
Yeah.
it's like that. Yeah, that's so beautiful.
Oh,
And that's going to matter so much to so many people.
Really,
probably
is
text
it?
that to you all.
Yeah, it's gonna matter a lot. Just wait.
I was typing to my kids.
Probably. Can you please start an email account for me and
Sure.
daily, because you don't have enough going on
I will though.
with all of your
A really cute, clever name for
with
the
all of
kids.
your stuff.
Yeah.
I love so much what you and Gwyneth Paltrow did recently.
Oh, how funny.
Because out there, they love to pit women against each other or
Yeah.
compete or this or that. We need to pause for
Gabriel
a
points out that they have said nothing this entire time.
Yep.
No, they've just generated a feeling. This is what I've noticed. Women really like feelings. They like
Oh, yeah.
existing in a feeling. Like me, I actually think I hate my feelings. Like I if I could just replace all of my feelings with like lukewarm contentment over everything, I think I would.
Mhm.
I suspect that I probably wouldn't be better off if I did that. But it's like I'm not particularly inclined. I just want things to just be relatively quiet. No, it's not always the case that it does end up that way, but just fine with that. And I don't want to feel these things, but they seem to like to just sort of baste. But I guess the feelings that they enjoy are just this feeling of confirmation of being everything that's needed. Like they don't need to prove anything. They don't need to do anything. They don't need to go out and strive for anything. They're just perfectly fine as they are.
Yep.
And then these women get together and they resonate that feeling towards each other. And they're very content with that entire escapade. But yes, you're right. Nothing is actually conveyed but the feeling of contentment and confirmation of womanhood.
Yep. That's it. That's I mean, like, to me, this is alien. I thought maybe you could untangle it since you
Did
also
I?
have 2 X chromosomes, but it doesn't look like you're doing much better than me.
Well, I mean,
So
I understand it. Like I get it on like an intellectual level. They're sitting there and they're basting in the warm.
you're not
feeling of-
feeling the profoundness of their feelings, of their vibes.
I'm glad
just-
that I'm actually doing some drawing, because if I was just listening to this like without
Uh-huh.
doing anything or trying to achieve anything or trying to prove anything, I probably would have cannibalized part of
You
my.
gotta get out. You gotta get out of the prove it
Awesome.
game. You can't
Yeah,
be
I
out
got-
here trying to prove stuff all the time, Allison. It's, Don't
Okay.
you just know? Don't you just know the quality of your personhood?
You know what? I don't want like my gravestone to read, she didn't have to prove anything. Like,
Yeah, right.
she was a
enough.
woman. She was enough. She was a woman. Here lies a woman,
Yep.
very special. She was a woman. Here lies another woman and another woman, all very special because they were women.
Mm-hmm. All right,
No,
this is the rest of the last section, I think.
I mean, I get it, but I
Now
don't
more of this
appreciate it.
Oh my God, what is this? Trying to skip the.
incredible conversation together. I love so much what you and Gwyneth Paltrow did recently.
Oh, how funny.
Because out there, they love to pit women against each other or
Yeah.
compete or this or that. And, we've all seen it. We've all had experience of
And this is
like that in
another
our
thing
own
that
life.
women
And I
do.
know
What?
Well, they just have this issue with competition. Oh, they like to pit women against each other. Yes, that's a competition.
Yeah.
Is it gonna?
I want to know what happened. But yes,
Okay,
this is
how
like
did they-
what was the video we did, a reaction to some guy who was doing a music
Yes, I remember
review of
exactly what you're
Charlie
talking about.
XCX, the Charlie XCX thing.
And
And it was like,
I'm
oh, they're like singing about being pitted against each other, and this patriarchy does that to women. It pits them against each other.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I said this guy would watch like an Olympic event in the women's sport and be like, "Oh my God, patriarchy! It's pitted the 100-meter Olympic swimmers women against each other. How if there weren't patriarchy, every single woman on earth would be standing on the gold medal platform. Every woman would
And
be
some
getting it.
men.
And some men, like, and he's just completely removing the fact that these individual women have actually really worked hard to get there, to even get in the running to be on the Olympic medal platform, right?
Mhm.
And he's like, no, this is all illegitimate. It's all patriarchy forcing women to compete with each other for things. But patriarchy also forces men to compete with each other for things, because if there was no patriarchy and no competition, all of the things would be available, because it's competition that makes the things scarce.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
Or does the
know that
competition
you
make
don't
them
really
meaningful?
see
Yeah.
almost any of the press, but this thing had been going on.
Well, I
saying,
didn't
like,
see it. She texted
Oh wait.
me.
Oh, did
my
she?
gosh, she's like, she texted me and she said, oh my gosh, like I did this interview and I can't remember verbatim what she said, but she's like, I give up. I don't even know what to say anymore. And I said, well, I didn't hear about it, hadn't heard about it at all. And then because not because people are hiding things from me, but maybe because it's not something that anyone felt needed to be on my radar.
Yeah.
And I just texted her back. I was like, I hear there's something about like pie. And then we ended up, she was doing something on Instagram. So I ordered some pie on Instacart. We sat there and just ate some pie and laughed and caught up a little bit. And then I came back home.
I was so happy
ate some
when I saw it.
Yeah, people,
Oh my God. I was
I
so
ate some
happy.
pie.
Was so happy when I
She
saw
had pie.
it.
She
Yeah,
had
basically she's saying, I guess there was some interview and I don't know. There was an illusion of tension of some kind, and she's like, well, I just had her over for pie, and we just sat around and laughed about it and had some pie. And they're like, oh my God, crisis averted.
I think women were really fired up of like, yes, clap back, enough.
Yes, and
Yeah.
also it's because that's who you are.
Yeah.
You're like, you know what I mean? And I loved it. I loved it.
And also with the sense of humor.
Yeah.
Because it really diffuses so much of it. There's only so many statements you can make or things you can say on the record or this didn't happen. Or as was like, you guys, like it kind of really defines the age we're living in right now. Where that, if you're saying that was like a week or however long that cycle was going on of this, like that would have kept going, I would imagine. They would find some other iteration of this fake conflict.
Yeah.
Just like us fighting.
Yeah.
But there is something really disturbing about the need for people to pit, especially women, against each other when you're going, but you're my neighbor and everything's
What the hell are you even talking about? Have you
Women are always being
ever
pitted
heard?
against each other.
Have you ever heard of the concept of war? How do women say shit like this? Like, we literally live in a civilization where it makes sense to get men to kill each other to solve political disputes. And it's not men sending men, it's people in power, because even women in power send men to solve their political disputes. Doesn't matter who's in power. It's a cultural habit that we have. Because we consider men expendable in the service of solving political disputes and other problems society has, that's what we do. So you're saying, oh, well, society pits women against each other. What are you even flipping talk? You are pitting yourselves against each other. And if you both want the same damn thing, you are going to be pitting. It's like House of Dragging On, right? These two women wanted the same thing. Neither of them wanted to concede to the other. And they refused to acknowledge that that would inevitably lead to a conflict in which men die. Right? They refused. And nobody, and the people talking about that show were like, oh, it's not their fault. Yes, of course it's their fault. They're both making a play for the same thing, which will inevitably bring them in conflict. How are you going to, they are the ones doing that. And it's like the entire show was about, no, it's not really them. It's not really them. They're not to blame. They're not responsible. I'm like, yes, they are. And what they are responsible for is making this conflict bigger and bigger and bigger because they refuse to acknowledge that it has to be resolved. Okay. I'm done.
Well, no, it's okay. I mean, that was about as much substance I can get out of this video. So there's not much.
This was utterly inert.
Well, those were the two. Look, I had to find something. I had two videos. One was extra long and it was a debate, and it probably would have taken a little bit more prep time, but we could do that on Friday. And then there was this one, which was basically, I don't even know what it is. It's like pillow cotton, just like pulled out, like, you know, it's like it was like a cat unraveling a roll of toilet paper, but that had more energy and inertia. So
That has more tension.
yeah.
Oh,
But now,
man.
but what have we learned, guys? What have we learned? You are enough. Well, only if you're a woman.
Yes.
You shouldn't have to play the prove it game. And you know, if you're think you're gonna get into a fight with another woman, have some carbs like pie.
Yeah.
And everything will be fine. So.
Carbs are the universal language of womanhood.
Yeah, carbs. Yes, they are.
Okay, you can show my thing now, right?
All right. Yeah, hold on.
People
a
can
second.
see
Let me
it.
Just change. I just gotta change this.
It's
thing
not. It's
so-
the blacks are harsher on your screen than they are on mine.
Oh yeah.
So I've had to calm them down a bit, but yeah, they just are really freaking harsh. Lots of contrast.
I don't
Oh
know
well.
what to tell you about that, but
I'm judging
effect.
I'm judging it. I should stop doing that because I'm enough.
Yeah. All right. There he goes. Let's talk about me.
Mm.
Pretty good. It
Yeah.
totally looks like her too.
Yeah.
Is that?
Thank you very
That's a
much.
microphone. Yeah. No, it's fine.
No, it's not a dildo. It's a microphone.
No, I wasn't sure what it was. I thought it was an airbrush.
It's that thing beneath her. Like I don't know. It's got a lot of weird shit going on. A lot of complex factors. I'm not great at drawing technology. So yeah, let me put the name on then. Jamie Kern
Oh, it's Jamie Kern, Kern Lima, like the lima bean, Lima.
No, I'm not putting that in. You know what?
What?
We are in hell. Or possibly purgatory. All right, there you go, guys. That was my doodle that I did while we were talking, and thank God for it, because I think it retained my sanity to give myself a bit of a challenge to prove to myself that I could do it. There you go.
I'm actually not 1/8, but 1/3 blackety. So 1/3.
I'm going to ask you how much black you were.
Somebody in the chat, Gabriel, said Brian is probably only 1/8 blackety.
Isn't that a quadroon?
A third of my genetics come from Africa, West Africa. I think it's Sudan.
Ooh,
yeah.
Fancy.
Yeah, or the territory that is now called Sudan. But maybe it wasn't called that back then. But anyway, yeah. So a third black, a third native, a third Spanish, which is white, and then like a little smidgen of other things like Ashkenazi, and there was something else too. I can't remember now exactly, but yeah. And natives are basically Asians, so I'm the perfect mix. All right, but anyway, that's it for me.
Gabriel said, "What did you mean by that, Allison? What is it that I said that you want me to know? Want me to explain?"
Oh, quadroon.
Quadroon.
Quadroon,
it means
is that
1/8 black?
Yeah.
No, that was 1/4 black.
1/4 black, yeah.
But yes, Brian is a very strange fraction of black.
A third.
I'm not even sure how many generations.
Tetrad.
Yeah.
Tetrad traits.
Tetrad. Wouldn't it be like a tri trait? You're a triune?
Triune. Prune. No, wait. Not a prune.
No.
All right.
Okay.
Let me just check to see if there's any more super chats. I think I'm done. Lindsay's cooking dinner and I can smell it. We're having fish tacos.
That sounds tasty.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Swordfish
We're keeping
tacos.
it real, like, fish tacos and drawing and
Mhm.
dog earlier barking its head off at another dog, me having to put him in isolation, and
Yeah.
fixing the roof and the cat walking over menacingly. Although she hasn't actually blown anything up today.
No?
That's no. Wait. I think she did blow something up, but it wasn't on stream, so it doesn't count. I don't know how she does it. She just it's just something about her aura.
Yeah.
But anyway. All right. So if you can't remember what it was, what that I said, Gabriel, then I can't.
No, it was
address-
that. It was the quadroon thing. But
Oh yeah,
we
no,
already
I was
addressed
at. Isn't there Octoon as well?
Octamaroon? I don't know.
Octamaroon, Ultramaroon.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Inframaroon.
So apparently, what we've learned from this is Meghan Markle is enough, and she need prove nothing, nothing
Yep.
to y'all
Yep.
rando.
And if
plebs.
she buys your jewelry, you better fall on your knees and thank her for any success you might make. And she is gracious like that. So
Yes,
there you go.
she's gracious. She buys things that she wants from you, and that somehow that makes all women better off because of Markle's consumption of things.
Mm-hmm.
Also, sex trafficked women can get jobs in sweatshops making Markle's products.
When she buys jeans, she saves lives. That's right.
Mhm.
People say it's
Very
thick
special.
thighs, but it's denim thighs that save lives, apparently.
There's a joke about the harsh blacks, Allison. Yeah, okay. I mean, on my drawing tablet, which I got and I'm really happy with, because I can now do illustrations in conjunction with my attempts at explaining things. I think that when I can illustrate stuff, people might understand me better. But on the screen, it's not a harsh black. It's a nice sort of almost like a paper. Like, the Kindles have this kind of paperish quality. Have you seen a Kindle, Brian? They sort of
Yeah, I've
seem like
seen them.
they have the
I've
kind
seen
of
them in the wild. Yes.
a luminosity and a scaling or a tonal palette that makes them look more like actual physical medium. And that this looks like that too. Looks nice. On there, it's like it turns the shadows into something really aggressive. I'm not happy. But I guess I'll just have to stop using blacks. I'll have to use a bit of gray so that it just tones the
It's
harshness.
I generally do that when I make a drawing. I just put like a paint can. I just fill the first layer with like a neutral light color so it doesn't look like white. So
did Mr. 0303 just send something to you?
No, why?
Because I just saw something pop up saying Brian.
Oh, it's just I'm just highlighting some of the chats. So I can highlight them and bring them up on the screen.
Yeah.
Whatever I want. So yeah.
All right. Well, I'm done. I'm glad that somebody appreciated the doodle in the chat.
All right.
It was nice. Thank you.
Oh,
Nova fan said that's good drawing skills. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. So can we wrap it up? Because I want to eat. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, go ahead and.
Okay. Well, again, if you want to send a message at any time, this has been a very low energy stream. These are very low energy people. They just want to based in like a low energy, lukewarm emotion of just, oh, you're a woman. I'm a woman. You're a woman.
Yeah.
I'm a woman. Oh,
Yes.
you're a woman. I'm a woman. Yes, woman. Yes, and I'm a woman too. And we're both women. And we are enough. And that kind of thing. It's like, oh, God, kill me. But anyway, thank you for coming. And if you want to comment on this, you can send that to feedthebadger.com/justthetip at any time the show is over. Maybe we won't do this again, but if it's a comment on something, we can talk about it on the next show. All right, so back to you, Brian.
All right. Well, if you guys like this video, please hit like, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, hit the bell for notifications. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you guys think about what we discussed on the show today. If you want to put yourself through it, there's a link in the description to the full 1 hour and a half, like, scissoring fest that you can watch yourself. And please share this video because sharing is caring. Thank you guys so much for coming on today's show of Megan and Jamie Kern Lima glaze each other for 1 hour and a half. We'll talk to you guys in the next one. See you guys.
Men's right activists are machines, dude. Okay? They are literal machines. They are talking point machines. They are impossible to fucking deal with, especially if you have like a couple dudes who have good memory on top of that too. Holy shit, you're fucked.